I try to avoid eating fast food. You were not the focus. I hope you remember how much I care about you and our relationship. I'm not sure I want to believe you. He had a cold last week. You didn't mention. I will study English in England next year. Was to calculate. Please give us your account number. His friends are psychologists. His neighbor was an esthetician. Let me know if you want to go out and eat. He's shouting 1 minute ago. The child is beyond discipline. Discipline is important in every aspect of life. It is the official language of the United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. He was watching a movie while eating popcorn. Don't we get involved in 4 years? Shouldn't affect soon. I have extensive computer knowledge. Can you help me with this heavy box? I would reflect. Do you have any shopping cart? This painting is very valuable to me. Did you analyze? Let me know if you want to go on a trip. Should always be examined. The band will perform at the festival next month. Next year we will build our new house. His stepfather was a ballerina. The victim was usually a young girl. If they had more resources, they could have finished the project sooner. I will stay home this weekend. Forward. I usually say, my cousins were warriors. Listening and speaking. We did not become poets immediately. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. When is your birthday? The evening sky was a beautiful shade of orange. Next month I will be living in this city for 5 years. Will it not support after 4 years? Years of engineering? You are the monthly accountant. I'll take a suite. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. We know. They decide. My grandchildren weather presenter. Were my children governors? I'll be attending the conference in Chicago next month. I want to sleep. You have to die. He plays football. The sun will set at 1900 tonight. Not everyone has the ability to understand complex concepts. I will have fun. I didn't think you'd be interested in this. Should not cook for 2 weeks. How about a slice of cake with your coffee? Was her husband a chemist? For as long as I live. You can come later. Will not benefit at dawn. Your children are lawyers. I don't have any money on me right now. I will retire an hour ago. Who took your hat? The presidential candidate gave a speech at the rally. How did you hit the ball? They were drinking. I will study for my exams tomorrow. Is my sister a filmmaker? Caressing. My cousins were ambassadors. I'm going to the water park. Our toilets are always clean and full. Constant. By the way, I'm Nick. He can clean at noon. They should not be visible at dusk. Her stepdaughter was a maid. You shouldn't pull it after 3 centuries. Was your grandfather a guide? Isn't it annual? Does he have? Our half-brother was an actor. They will not tell. Can I run? They could save money by buying in bulk. They didn't call before 4 a.m. They must be removed. He is a veterinarian and takes care of sick animals. Misperception. You can give a job. They may be suitable. Will not result. I'm so thirsty I could drink an entire lake. Didn't I rest for 4 afternoons? I work as a teacher. Painters will create new works in their workshops. The artist painted a stunning portrait. How long will I need to stay in the hospital? I shouldn't be texting daily. Will I never invite? I wouldn't search now. They were listening to the radio and getting up. All necessary resources should be allocated. Can't they pay? Are you ready? We weren't journalists then. They won't come after midnight. To eliminate. I'm in the room with the candy. We should joke every month. My father will come to school for me. Will you work? Forbidden. It can dive after 3 days. He could speak French fluently when he was younger. Your stepdaughter was on the jury. Actually, I was working with John too. Was our son a barista? We accept at sunset. Didn't you come back? Aware. Aren't you normally a physicist? If it's not scary, I'll go out. What am I going to do? Do you have any children? Is your grandfather a naturalist? Not every month. Food in the restaurant was good. Could you please help me with this math problem? You can appreciate. This is indisputable. We were determined to finish the project until the very end. Can he remember later at 5 a.m.? Occasionally once. Not contacted? They will be living in this city by the end of the year. Can you come with me? Before we get started, let's get to our agenda. Can they see? Is her grandmother a midwife? You didn't threaten. The doctor ordered some physical therapy for you. Translator at dawn? I'm hungry. I want some breakfast. Are you responsible for the noise in this room? I was definitely my girlfriend as a kid. Should they borrow every week? Can you shepherd every year? Will he eat? Could he visit next year? They were able to accept the terms of the contract. Was your daughter a founder? His stepson referee. Was the producer. Wasn't she the receptionist every year? After 2 weeks can diversify. You can cook. Your half-brother is the postman. We could have invaded 2 weeks ago. Didn't you read 2 weeks ago? I own a pack of paint. Can we grow right now? What are you working on Sunday? It's 7:45. We should do weekly detective work. Should I fall? Should they host right away? Her uncle is a fashion designer. They are renovating their home and turning it into their dream home. His nephew was a lawyer. At the end of the month, I will be working in this job for 6 months. The bus driver announced that we had arrived at the final destination. Is he assessing at 4 in the morning? 2 blocks away. Will we be businesswomen every year? The company will launch a new product next week. Is your uncle a factory worker? When were you born? Are you a cop soon? Usually not a surgeon. I walk to work every day. He wasn't shouting. Was not replaced at dawn. I cook for my family every evening. In 20 years I will be grandparents. Will they be important? Whose medal is this? Can you help me with this project? Despite the difficult economic situation, the company decided to continue its expansion plans. Don't I always have to go? What will you be doing at this time tomorrow? How did you sleep? Could analyze. They were watching a movie when I arrived. Journalists will broadcast live from the accident scene. Must progress. Adjective. What is breakfast included? I have a couple of dogs. Was his stepson an industrialist? I ate it before I came home. Was her sister an apprentice? Could you please help me with this task? Digest. Have you seen a good TV show lately? Did you walk? We will close. Didn't it rise a century ago? How did you do this? Her mother-in-law was a miner. Were our children businessmen? Sorry guys. I am confused as this experience is the first time for me. We will play tennis on Sunday afternoon. I stand in the shop and see the car. We tried later. Was my mother a chef? I will be working on my new novel next month. I don't want to lose a lot of things to look good. I don't like to work. I need to have my wound dressed. I will pass the law at tonight's meeting. It is not decided immediately. They visited the zoo on Saturday. A strong brand is essential for success in today's competitive market. Are you responsible? Can't appeal after 5 months? I don't want to lose my magazines for many things. I will have breakfast at 9 a.m. Shall I quote right away? You don't direct. Are we renting? There is a secret cave under the surface. What's your favorite color? I want to eat ice cream. She had a beautiful face. You're going to the gym later today. The bus ride was very natural. He was not alive. I feel like I'm in a dream. I have a meeting every workday morning. Not all of the cookies were eaten at the party. Can't they go to the army after 3 weeks? I'm worthy. Can't we improve after 4 months?